Hello everyone. I am very happy to have here with me Dr. Anurag Khanna, a very proud Damsonian, and he's secured a rank of 68 in May AIIMS postgraduate entrance exams. Heartiest congratulations, Anurag, and we are so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And the first question, as usual, how do you feel?
I'm very happy, ma'am. I think the feeling has not sunk in yet. It will take some time, but I am very happy as of now. I was not expecting this.
Really,
Right.
and to people who are watching this, I have to tell you what Anurag has done, because whatever he has done is tremendous, and it's going to be very inspiring for all of you. Just to give you an insight, Anurag did appear for the November exams, both NEET and AIIMS. In NEET November, he had a rank of 14,000, and in November AIIMS, he had a rank of 8,000. And he's converted these 4-digit ranks in just a span of 5 months into a 2-digit amazing rank. So I think he needs a round of applause for his achievement, for his hard work, for his dedication. Yes, and how did you make it happen, Anurag?
Ma'am, it was primarily because of the DAM's regular course. Ma'am, I had joined this course in December only.
So after your NEET results?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Before actually the NEET results, because I knew my NEET didn't go that well.
Okay.
So I joined it in December, the regular course, ma'am. The first class was micro, so in that class I knew that I had joined the right course, ma'am.
Okay.
And then, ma'am, the faculty was excellent, especially PSM, mobs and gynae.
You don't have to say that. ऐसे जबरदस्ती.
नहीं मैम, जबरदस्ती नहीं
Okay.
मैम. Actually मैम, gynae के बहुत concepts थे because I did not know them before. Ma'am, then the medicine branch and the तुषार मेहता सर तो obviously मैम उन्होंने काफी मतलब mood light किया था उस समय, तो
That's
काफी
nice.
कुछ याद हुआ. रेडियोलॉजी सर के इंस्पायरिंग जो नोट्स हैं, सुमेर सर के जो कोट्स उन्होंने बोले थे, कि उन्होंने एक कोट बोला था कि यू nobody knows what works for them. So at that moment of time I stopped listening to others and I just concentrated on my DAMS notes, ma'am.
And you had faith in yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And very important, we always say this, because if you're going in for something, unless you have the faith in it, you will not be able to reap the advantage. So he says he had complete faith in himself. That's very important, and that he had done the right thing by joining the regular course.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
He has made it happen in a span of 5 months. It's not a miracle. He's worked really hard for it. So Anurag, can you briefly summarize on what strategy you applied during the preparation phase of these 5 months along with the regular classes, because there are so many of them who would want to get inspired from you and want to do the same, and so
Ma'am, actually ma'am, I just concentrated on the conceptual base of the subject, ma'am. I did not learn the most commons because for the past 3-4 months, AIIMS is not 3-4 years, AIIMS is not asking the most commons. It is asking, but not directly, ma'am.
yes, they're applying, or they're asking
yes,
it in an
ma'am.
indirect form.
Indirect manner, ma'am. They are just either they are giving it in the question, or
Exactly.
they are asking it in an indirect manner, like what would be the diagnosis of choice.
Exactly.
So ma'am, instead of learning the most commons, I was more focusing on the concept and what will be the next best step, these types
Very
of questions,
good.
ma'am.
So was sitting in the class helpful to
Yes,
get the
ma'am.
concepts clear? Because a lot of
Definitely,
times
ma'am.
people think that they can take the notes and then read them, and
Ma'am,
so do you think attending and being there helped you clear the concepts?
Ma'am, that is the most important part,
Yes.
ma'am, because ma'am,
That's
in
what
PSM, especially PSM, my PSM was very bad, ma'am, in NEET.
Okay.
I thought I knew PSM, but ma'am, I did not know PSM, because when Siddharth sir took the class, he just focused on 4 chapters, ma'am, and he said that for AIIMS only these 4 chapters are important. So I put my faith on him and I did just 4 chapters, and ma'am, AIIMS only gives those 4 chapters only. And now I think that my all PSM questions were correct, ma'am.
Wonderful, that's wonderful, because it does carry a lot of chunk of MCQs.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you know where to focus your energy on, and
Yes, ma'am.
and do you think that you could rely on the faculty when they tell you do this for AIIMS and do that for
I
AIIMS
didn't
and do this
listen
for
to
PG?
anything else apart from the faculty, ma'am, and the result is showing, so I don't think I need to say anything,
That
ma'am.
is so sweet of you. So yes, again, having faith and going as per what the faculty says has really helped him to cut down the preparation phase into a 5 months
Yes,
time
ma'am.
and bring results in the mid-year exams. That's very good. Also, Anurag, I want to know what kind of so for theory you said that the classes were
Yes,
the
ma'am.
thing that you have done,
They were
and
more than sufficient, ma'am.
Okay, they were
Nothing, ma'am. I didn't even buy a guidebook, ma'am. I didn't
so
buy
this
anything.
is something that you need to hear. He says he hasn't really bought any guidebook, and you hear it from the student himself. We've been repeatedly saying the same thing, but when it comes from a topper's mouth, the students are, it is like a reinforcement of the same thing, that yes, it can work that way as well.
Ma'am, now the newly printed CRS, ma'am, it has enough questions, and ma'am, now we can rely on those questions, ma'am, because answers are almost correct, ma'am. 95% answers are correct.
Yes,
ma'am, other MCQ books, ma'am, they don't have the correct answers for all the questions, and then we end up learning the wrong answers.
That's right.
So I just did MCQs from the CRS book.
So that's what I was going to ask him, that what was the question that you practiced? So you can go ahead and tell me that.
I did the CRS books for micro PSM. I couldn't do all, because I didn't have the time, to do all the questions. Then I did the online test series for anatomy, physiology, forensics, and I did the AIIMS mock test.
Okay.
Because I usually do my tests after completing the course, and I could not, I haven't completed my course till now.
And yet he's been able to do it, right?
Then I did the AIIMS mock test, and AIIMS mock test questions, some came directly almost in the AIIMS exam.
From the mock that we kept before the exam.
And some questions, they were not directly, but the concept was given in those questions.
In the question format.
So I could do most of the questions.
So do you think the mock that we conducted was helpful?
Yes, ma'am, it was very helpful, ma'am.
Yes. So we've been giving a lot of importance to the content of the CRS as well as the questions that we put there. We update them every year. We try to give the latest pattern so that you don't have to go anywhere else for questions as well. And we've given almost 1,000+ MCQs in every CRS, and that's a good practice.
The pictures are also there in CRS, so I don't have to look anywhere else also, ma'am, like especially for the micro eggs, ma'am, I couldn't find them easily anyway, ma'am. So ma'am, at least even if not all eggs are given, but in the question we know that, ma'am, like options hai, ma'am, like ascaris hai, we know how an ascaris egg looks like, and this egg is not an ascaris egg, so we can rule out the options and then mark the egg even if we have not seen the egg in the question.
Very good. So this is what I was coming to as well. So his first part was clearing the concepts by sitting in the class. Second was doing the MCQs for his practice. Also, I want to know from you, the third limb is how do you appear in the exam, right? That is very, very important, those 3 hours. Because you just said you did not even complete your course, but still you have done amazingly well. So there has to be a part which is what you do in those 3 hours of the exam. So yes, what was your strategy during the exam?
Ma'am, some questions are directly from the notes that we have read.
Yes.
So those questions can be done easily in the 5 seconds only, ma'am. They can be done. Ma'am, there are some questions which we don't know, ma'am, but I eliminated the options, and ma'am, in AIIMS some of the options are very obvious that this would not be there. So you can eliminate 2 options at least,
and then indirectly using your concepts you can eliminate, and get to the right one.
Because the egg which was given in the question in AIIMS, I had not seen that egg, but for the other options I had seen the eggs. And so I know that these options don't have an egg similar to that egg. So I marked the question, and I think that egg was the right answer. So this is what
is called as presence of mind. It is not necessary that you have to know everything about everything. There is something which is called as smart study and application of what you have studied. So I think he was able to do that in the exam. Whatever he's read so far, he could apply it by ruling out. So that's what he's saying, that you don't have to know everything about all 4 options. But if you know something about the others, you can rule out, reach the right one, and get the benefit of it. Amazing. That is something that would help our students, because you all have to learn that every exam will have 3 limbs. The first limb is your content. Yes, Anurag, do you agree? You have to be very sound with your concepts and content. The second part is to see whether you can convert your content into MCQ format or not, by which he says he has practiced online tests, he has practiced questions at the back of CRS, and he hasn't done any guidebooks, and those are his words. I'm just repeating them. Right? And the third thing he said is giving mock test, right? Because you have to see where you stand, right? And he said, again, was it a replica of a question paper that you got in the real exam as well?
Yes, many questions were repeated. Even in the November AIIMS, the mock test before November AIIMS also, the rank I got, it was because many questions were there. Even though I got 8,000, but I couldn't have done those questions if I hadn't done mock test also.
So the mocks, are very, very important. We try to make them as close to the real exam as possible. We put in a lot of effort, and yes, it does reflect once you do it and you know that it has been there in the mock, right? So testing yourself in a in a platform where all students are appearing, so that you know where you stand, helps you build the confidence as well, right? And what about the visual session we conducted before the exam?
Ma'am, yes, that visual session was very useful, ma'am, because ma'am, like the Newbers chamber, ma'am, like the pathology department did, ma'am, that didn't come this time, but ma'am, that those type of their aims is now focusing on those type of questions also, like the first year physiology practicals.
Yes.
Ma'am, so that
and we
was
did keep a session on that as well.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, like some pictures were, ma'am, like posted a few days before. Similar pictures, not exactly the same in AIIMS. Ma'am, like some filamentous bacteria, ma'am, they were posted a few days, and AIIMS had similar pictures. Ma'am, so we could relate and do those questions, ma'am, because the pictures were being regularly posted on the AIIMS on the FB group, ma'am.
So this is what I'm going to come to next. Have you been a part of our DAMS exclusive club?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think it is useful?
Very useful, ma'am, because updates are regularly posted there, especially, ma'am, for micro, ma'am, and gynae obs, ma'am, because like some guidelines were changed just a few days before.
Yes.
I'm like for the cervical cancer screening and all those things, WHO guidelines, and they were just changed a few days before, and questions came from those parts also, ma'am. Ma'am, like the TB guidelines, ma'am, they have been completely changed, ma'am, and many people don't know that the guidelines have been changed.
So this is what I want to. A lot of times, you know, Anurag, students ask us, ma'am, you're teaching us the latest things here at DAMS because you stay updated. Do the examiners know all that? So tell them, the examiners are always smarter than us. They know everything. They are much more. They are people with a lot of, you know, they've been into this profession. They are very, very experienced. They are updated much more than us, or that we think. So, you know, they know what they are asking. They will ask you all relevant things, and you know, examiners are people that we also learn from, right?
Yes,
so never consider that they would not be asking you the latest stuff. As he says, a lot of things that have been changed recently have been asked in the exams, and almost all exams do that. Whether it is AIIMS, PGI, or even NEET for that matter, they will ask you latest things. It's always good to be updated. And do you think the club is a good platform to be updated on?
Club is definitely a good platform, ma'am, because everything is done, ma'am, and the hashtag system is very good, ma'am, because we can find the all updates with search all the updates according to the subjects, ma'am. So that is very good in the DAMS club, ma'am. Then one thing I'd like to say, ma'am, that people should also chill a bit, ma'am, because people have taken a lot of tension. I've seen in my regular coaching, ma'am, they are studying for 15-16 hours a day. I think, ma'am, even if you study 8 to 10 hours and put all that in 8 to 10 hours, then you can do everything else also along with study. I just stopped everything for the past 1 month. Before that, I had been doing everything else. I had been going to the gym. I had been going to see my friends also, ma'am, but I was studying also, ma'am.
Very, very important, and I think you should be really thankful to him, because he seems considered for all his batchmates in his regular class, which is so nice of him, you know. Yes, the stress levels are high, and we always insist that, you know, the mental health has to come first, and once you ensure that that is in good shape, you can put in a lot of positive energy and convert yourself into good rank holders. So as a fellow Damsonian, he has a wonderful message for all of you, that please relax. You will all be able to do it. Yes, Anurag, you can do it. If you put in the right amount of effort in the right direction under the right guidance, you can all be top rank holders. Yes, he wants you to relax a little as well. You know, keep smiling in between. Yes, Anurag.
We have to be positive, ma'am. That's what I have learnt. Because there are, ma'am, people who think कि नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा. जब तक सोचोगे नहीं होगा, तब तक तो नहीं होगा.
बिल्कुल.
वो सोचना है कि होगा. तो then I think this helps a lot, ma'am. Because मैम, जैसे तुषार सर ने भी बोला था कि अब वैसा there will be a moment when you will be feeling monotonous. Everything will be irritating a lot. कल दीक्षा मैम ने भी ये मैम post, she put it on the Facebook club that you'll be feeling that everything is going to end. That's the moment when we have to come out of that, and then we have to. And these were happening with me at the time Tushar sir was taking the class.
Yes.
So ma'am, it was very tough, ma'am. But
so do the faculty motivate you in the class?
Yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. And जो jokes crack करते हैं, ma'am, उससे light हो जाता है mood, तो सही रहता है.
Great. So we try and. You know, it is a difficult phase because of preparation, and a lot of times you're away from family and friends, and you know, you have to have you know, an environment which is friendly. So are we able to do that in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you can ask questions and, you know, say things to us?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we could, ma'am, I came directly to the room to ask questions, and you did not say ki after the break, ma'am. That was very, ma'am, I was very, ma'am, humbled that you are talking
sweet.
directly to me, ma'am. So
Why not? See, you please, people, if you feel you need us anytime, the faculty is there for you. It is our pleasure to be helping our students. We want each one of you on the hot seat like Anurag, right? So you can all create wonders just like Anurag. And he's a lovely child. He's wishing good luck to you people. He wants you to stay happy. He wants you to stay positive. He has given you, very, very wise tips on how to go about in the regular class. Okay, just to summarize, there are other people who are still doing the classes. So,
yes, ma'am.
can you tell them how they could use the regular class in a better format, maybe,
Ma'am, now so ma'am, majority of the course is over, at least for the regular batch I was in. Ma'am, now they have plenty of time, and there are about 7-8 classes left for my batch. I don't know about the other batches
Yes.
as of now, ma'am. But ma'am, this will be over in about 1 week, ma'am.
Yes.
Now they can go home and then can study the notes thoroughly, ma'am. Notes are the only thing that are required, ma'am. I think that that's how I
So
feel.
that's how he feels. That's what he has done, and it could work out for others as well. Try it out, guys. Have faith in what you have. Do justice to it rather than running here and there for a lot of things. Yes,
Yes,
Anurag,
ma'am.
do you agree on that?
I don't think we need to buy any other books, ma'am, because ma'am, the notes are authentic, ma'am. That we have also searched on the net, ma'am, and we have found that they are authentic. So now I think we can close our eyes and put all our faith in the notes, and ma'am, results are showing, ma'am. The top 10 are from DAMS, ma'am. What more can we
Yes,
say?
there's a lot of hard work that the students also put in. And Anurag, finally, what branch do you want to pursue?
Ma'am, I'm more towards ophthalmology because ma'am, I like ophthalmology. My mother's an ophthalmologist,
Wonderful.
so I like the branch a lot. So I think I'll be getting the branch, but let's see in the counseling.
I think you will have best wishes of all Damsonians.
Thank you.
Your fellow Damsonians, your faculty. We would wish you a very, very bright future ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
And wish to see a great ophthalmologist in Anurag, right? And we'll say bye to him, and I'm sure he can help out a lot of his juniors. He's going to motivate them. The kind of person that I see in him is himself a motivator, so I'm sure he would try and help out whoever juniors
will
reach
try
out
my
to him.
best.
Yes. Okay, once again, thank you so much, Anurag, for being with us. I wish you loads and loads of good luck.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
keep smiling, stay the way you are, and I'm sure you'll be successful always.
Thank you,
right?
ma'am.
God bless.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, people.